Hey guys, Matt here from 6 Ages Gaming, bringing you an unboxing video. We're going to be doing both the starter decks, but we're going to be starting with the Rinnie Logic, focused around Tamaki first. An important thing to notice that these are the starter decks. You might notice if you've been following that Bullet Logic Trial Deck is coming out. And essentially what this means is that these are more for, well, one, they're cheaper, and two, it's more for demoing properties. So if you're looking to get into the game for very cheap, but want to have two decks, you'll see it's 500 yen plus tax if you're actually buying in Japan. You can buy these online for about $8 a piece plus shipping. So they're really not too bad, but actually really beautiful boxes that they have too, and I was really impressed with the design. So I pre-opened these packages because I absolutely hate struggling with boxes. These were an absolute pain to get into. So they have this little pack on the back. It just comes with some basic stuff. They're doing a cross promotion with Cardfight Vanguard. So each one of the starter decks will come with these promo cards that, if you know anyone that's playing the Japanese variant, can play. They have a good luck campaign, which is really just a point campaign. If you follow Voice Shorts, they have Bushiroad point bags. I forget what they're called, but they're doing something very, very similar for this game. An important thing to note, if you get the card, there'll be like this little, here's a little sample you can see, there'll be a little code that you'll want to scratch off. Do not scratch that off. If you do, you don't actually get to redeem the points for it. They're good for deck boxes and sleeves and stuff like that. A little cross-promotional insert. You have your basic introduction, rules, how to play, things of that nature. We'll just open this up, not that anyone really wants to, you know, if you can read Japanese, be my guest. That's all for you. And then they also come with a more explanatory rules, and this is going to be a little bit too hard to get all on camera. But then they have the official play space for the card game. So stock, you have your Paradox Zone, and these are labeled in English, so this is something that you could very well use, and I'll probably use this for demoing purposes. So sorry, that's about the best shot I can get out of most of it. And it is just paper. It's just, you know, your flimsy normal starter deck that you get, and then it has some introduction of, you know, what are the different type of characters, what are the world that you're doing, what's the story for the card, and they explain what TransUnions are and things like that. So that's all the extra hoopla that comes in it, but without further introduction, we'll get into the cards itself. Now, when you get these, and I look because I'm very impatient, so oops on me, but you'll see the first card that comes in every starter. It has a very basic, and it's really way too hard to pick up on the camera, so you guys won't see it, but in Luck and Logic, there are foils. Notice the quotations on that. What I'm going to always refer to accidentally as foils, it's going to be the rares and double Rs that don't actually have, they won't have, let's say, a Magic the Gathering or Force of Will or, you know, Yu-Gi-Oh! Any of those, like a traditional background foiling process, but they'll have little marks on them that'll make the card pop a little bit more than normal, where if you compare it to some of the other cards, it's just a more flat design. So when we do the booster box opening, we'll see some of those actual foils, and I'll make sure to bring it up in that video as well. So if you haven't watched the booster box unopening yet, please make sure to watch that, and we'll get that to highlight those cards. So really in this, I'm just going to go through and show you some of the different art that is in the cards. And this, of course, is going to be centered around Tamaki, so there's going to be 4 of the 4-drop, along with the 2 of the other ones that we had opened. It seems like in a lot of the starter decks, or a lot of starter decks that people are building, they're making 6 of each TransUnion, which is that starburst symbol, and they're doing a 4x2 split. I'm not sure the reason for this yet. That's something I'm going to learn about more myself, but I think I might do a more 3-3 split going forward. So again, just going through, we're going to see that here's 2 of the same card again, and then here's 4 of another one, and this one gets powered up when it's on a broken gate, if I'm not mistaken, plus 2k. So as we're going through these, you're going to see that common split between the different types of creatures that they have, or whatever they may be called in this game. My apologies for that one. I always fall back to, you know, Magic or something. But the art on these is absolutely beautiful. And this is one from the print and play, if you had the chance to use those, where when it comes into play, you drop when it's sorted, sorry, that's the official term for this game. when it comes into play, mill the top card of your deck. And then we're getting into what's called the Logicalists and Foreigners. So in order to get the TransUnion, you need to have one Logicalist, which is denoted by this black square, sorry, triangle in that sense, and then one of the white circles. It is a square, not a triangle. Long day. When you have them both on the field, you can search your deck for a TransUnion that is your current level or lower. So these are kind of more your basic fodder for the deck, for lack of a better word. So as we're going through these, they're just going to be your vanilla creatures. They're going to have some vanilla flavor text on them. This one's actually pretty interesting. On defense, it's only a 4K, but on defense, you get to mill the top card of your deck, and it gets plus 4K. In testing the print and play versions of the deck, I was really happy to play this card, so this is something that I will include in all my yellow decks going forward. Again, since the deck is so focused around milling the top card, that's kind of yellow's entire theme, is milling the top card of your deck, or milling some cards of your deck, and then getting those back by different effects that cards might have. This is a Forerunner, if I'm not this card, so there'll be two of what's called Forerunners. They're an ability that has, if none of your opponent's gates are destroyed, they get an additional effect when they are sortied, or again come into play. And then again, these are Foreigners. These are kind of your, I forget how they're exactly explaining the story, but basically beings from another world. Think about otherworldly creatures, mostly divine beings. And they get TransUnioned with the Logicalist to become powered up versions of the cards. So this is another one that when it breaks a gate, you get to mill a card. So again, going with the whole yellow theme of the deck, and what yellow does best is you want to fill up your deck as quick as possible. And then there's the other Forerunner, the Foreigner version, which has another effect which I don't know off the top of my head, so I apologize. One of the things that I'm really excited about is what's called Tactics. So these are essentially instants that you can play from your hand that have an impact when they go into the battle zone. And one of these is aura focused, and one of these is battle power focused, and I forget. Yep, so this one's aura. You can tell because it has the two little blue icons right there. So essentially what this does is if you're going to an aura battle, which if you haven't watched our other videos, this is the power of a creature and this is the aura. At any time you can switch the point of the battle by what wins or loses by switching it to aura. So if you play this tactic and pay the cost, which is a cost of 1 from your stock, you get to give your guys +2 aura, which is a huge swing in terms of the battle. So most decks are only running 4 total, 2 of each one for whatever reason. I think tactics numbers might get changed if you're playing a blue deck that draws a bunch of cards. And then you can see in this one, this is the one that gives +5,000 power when it goes into your field. So I really like the tactics cards for this game, and is one of the major reasons why I'm playing this card game. And then lastly, you'll have Paradox cards, and this one has the, again, I'm going to keep calling it foiling, but it's not exactly foiling if you're used to other Bushiroad games. It's really hard to see on this one, so if you get the starter deck, you'll be able to see it. This is Arc Bolt on stage. So something that they carried over from Weish, and they don't actually have the creature that it combos with in this. Or actually, is it this one? They don't have the creature it combos with in this one, I don't think. It's one of the Tamakis. I'd have to look that up, so I apologize, don't know offhand. But in Weiss Schwartz, they had Climax combos where if you have a Climax, which is basically what these cards replaced, and a certain creature or resonator on the field, they get a special buff. So with this one, when you have Tamaki, and if you play this on defense, which means you play it, and then all your battles get switched to aura if this resolves, but then Tamaki also gets +5,000 power until the end of that battle. So it's a way to, if you're playing on defensive, it's a way that you're going to win that battle even if they try switching it back to aura. And then they have another 4 of. So the Paradox cards are 8 per deck. I'm pretty sure it's no more, no less, if I'm not mistaken, as well. Same rules for Weiss Schwartz. So this is something that you definitely want to have 8 of in your deck, and find a way that if there's a certain combo card that goes with it you want to play, I would strongly recommend playing it. And then lastly, we have what's called the Gate deck. You'll notice that they have a different backing than the rest of the cards, and if you watched our other How To Play video, for lack of a better term, these are basically like your shields in Kaijudo or Duel Masters, where when these are defeated, you turn them face up and you'll get an effect for when they get turned face up, and if you destroy the 6th gate, you do not get the on destroy effect. You automatically lose the game. So an important thing to know about these are a completely separate deck. When you start the game, you shuffle them up, deal out 6 on the field, and those are your gates for the game. So a lot of these have, and I absolutely love the artwork on these as well. So some of them are like destroy 3. This is put top 3 cards as stock. This one I don't remember off the top of my head. But what I really like about this game, especially in this Dysphoria, I think is the name of the world, it has a very Edo Japan samurai type of feel, and you'll see that in the other cards that we preview when the booster box opening happens. So you'll notice also that there's you can only have 2 of any number in your gate deck. So each of these come with 2. And a very, very important thing about this is you only can get gate cards by buying one of these starters. So if you want to play the game, you have to buy the starter. And again, you'll notice they have a different back on them. They go on a different gate. So it's definitely worth picking up at least one of these. As a bonus for this video, I also got the Luck and Logic sleeves. I got these off Ami. However, they're out of stock at the last time I checked. So that's something I would, try to scour the internet for and try to find. Just to open this up for you guys to see maybe up closer. If you've ever ordered any type of sleeves from Japan or any card game based sleeves ever, I would not recommend playing with these as they are. These are something that will need over sleeves to play with them, but I absolutely love the artwork, absolutely love how nice they look, so I wanted to make sure to grab a pack of these to do the starter decks with and make sure that people, it's just good branding for the game and a good way to catch people's attention because, as you can tell, the sleeves look very, very nice. So I am very much looking forward to opening this up and sleeving both starter decks. So that's all I got for you guys today. I'm going to be doing the other starter decks and a booster box opening, so make sure to check out those other videos. If you have any questions, make sure to drop us a comment in the comment section below, like our video, and make sure to subscribe if you want to see future Luck and Logic videos. So thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll catch you on the next video by 6 Sages Gaming. Have a good one.
Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to 6 Sages Gaming today for more Luck and Logic videos. Can't get enough of Luck and Logic? Be sure to check out one of our other videos and drop us a like or comment to show us your support. We really appreciate it. Until next time, always judge your logic.